All right, welcome back to the channel. We are revisiting Goblins versus Burn. This time, no drama, no people going at it about what what side is favored. Just some thought experiments. Um, Helgers or Helg in the Discord, in the Goblins sub Discord thread, in the Premodern Discord, had mildly spicy takes. Like, I take out Goblin Lackey in the Burn matchup. I want to bring in two Zoran Orbs to help things out, and a little bit of debate about whether or not Naturalize should be in the post-border Goblins. Now, Naturalize is obviously good because some of Burn's potency revolves around the cards Sulfuric Vortex and Curse Scroll. On the other hand, a lot of times you have that Naturalize in your hand and the Burn player never drew one of these two cards, or they did draw one of these two cards and they already did a lot of damage, and then you top deck Naturalize and you're like, oh well, that was too late, I actually need X other card here. So I don't think that it's wrong to not have Naturalize in your deck. I just don't know what's right, because I think it's kind of one of those weird things where it's just kind of it's, maybe you need it because you're going to lose a lot of games on the spot just because Sulfuric Vortex or Curse Scroll is in the play. Or maybe you just need to go straight forward into your Goblins plan, keep everything going, keep Goblin Lackeys in, just play creatures until they somehow run out of burn and get them. He also was okay with me playing Earthquake, so I'm just playing Earthquake instead of Lava Dart. Again, I think Earthquake is just a better card against every other deck than Lava Dart, except for Burn Mirror. You'll see some of that. And I'm going to maybe switch off and trying to see what Price of Progress can do in the Ball Lightning slot, because Ball Lightning is obviously a huge liability into the Pyrokinesis plan out of Goblins. So we're going to board out 1 Vortex, and 4 Lightning for 3 Earthquake and 2 Price of Progress, and see how that treats us. Again, I think my strategy for Burn vs. Goblins is rock solid. But it'll be interesting to see how it kind of clashes with a different Goblins approach. Notably, Helgers is a real bona fide Goblins player. So my last Burn vs. Goblins video, I was playing against Fran and Will, and both are totally capable players. But, if you watch that video and you're just like, maybe, Fran and Will just kind of were making misplays, I don't know what was in their hand, maybe it was whatever's, you can trust that Helg has played more Goblins, played Goblins in events, talking it up in the Goblins subthread Discord, and just more of a Goblins expert Gobbo head member of the Siege Gang. So, it's going to be fun to get some testing in, get some more data. I've been loving my Burn deck recently. I've been beating everything except for Dreadnought. So this is a deck that I think I'm sort of eyeing the Price of Progress slot and saying, can I get rid of these so that I can play more Dreadnought hate, and then I'll just have the best deck ever? Because Burn just wins game 1 every single time, right? And then game 2 they're like, oh, I'm gonna bring in Circle of Protection and Warmth and all this stuff, and then I don't know, most of the time I win one of games 2 or 3 anyways. So my fear of sideboard cards over time has gone down for Burn, and my fear of Fire and Dreadnought has gone up. Meanwhile, the decks that this is targeting, Oath Ponza, Terrageddon, those are real players in the metagame, but I don't know. I'm kind of out to beat Dreadnought. These 8 are not cutting it. I might need to go up to 10, so we'll see. Maybe I don't need Earthquake, honestly. Maybe I just beat Elves and Goblins anyways. But that's not what this video is about. This video is going to be Goblins versus Burn. So please enjoy. All right, we're going to revisit a little bit of Burn versus Goblins with Discord homie Helg from the Red Lion Treefolk. And he's going to be playing the Burn side, and he's going to be playing the Goblin side, and obviously we have a superb starting hand. Elgers, a little Lackey start. And of course, a little Lackey dead. We have a pretty excellent curve out here. No 2-drop. Of course, there aren't many 2-drops in the deck, but it do be like that sometimes. So here's a funny one. If I play the Monk Fanatic, they can cycle the Gem Palm Incinerator to kill my Grim Lavamancer, which would be really bad because I would have to just Monk Fanatic them. And I would like maybe lose the ability to Monk Fanatic after. The upside, on the other hand, is just really excellent because I get the Monk Fanatic out of my hand because the Curse Scroll is almost ready. So it kind of feels like it's hard to lose this game. It's like even if they go for the Gem Palm, it's like I don't mind. Yeah. So a little bit of a minor, whatever, but it's just kind of like I'm still like in excellent shape here because eventually they can. Like, imagine they just go 1-drop Goblin and Gem Palm next turn anyways. Like, this is baiting it was actually kind of fine, right? Because if they want 1-drop Goblin Gem Palm, then I would have nothing to say about it. I would have had to keep the mana open and pretend like I had a removal spell. But, in this matchup, you just prioritize Grim Lavamancer living. Matron's excellent. So here we should definitely see the Matron for Monk Fanatic because this Grim Lavamancer is obviously super oppressive. We will, of course, still get the 2-for-1. Foothills isn't my favorite draw, but we will take it. Let's see if they line up the Naturalize into the Curse Scroll. So the fact that I haven't drawn Sulfuric Vortex this game is means that they're going to be in good shape. So let's see. Let's imagine I played Monk Fanatic this turn, right? And then they floated their mana. They had to go Matron for whatever. I mogged down the Matron. Then I had Grim Lavamancer for face. But then they'd still have the Incinerator for later, for like a potential Ball Lightning. Oh, this was absolutely a mistake. Ringleader just crashing into Lavamancer, it just means that I'm getting everything for free. Like, I mean, it drew another Monk Fanatic, so that's excellent. But, I mean, I guess if you had nothing else to do with their mana, like if they didn't have a 2-drop or 1, 2, or 3-drop, it's kind of fine because it gets 1 damage in. But now now if they did it in the other order, I get the extra Lavamancer activation. And I have some agency to like 2-for-1 this Matron. Might scroll the Matron and Lavaman face, but I could draw Ball Lightning this turn, so probably want to do that instead. Let's see what happens. 19 is too high. Oh, man. That's just too free for the bean. Okay, they have the War Chief, so unfortunately I can't just not do anything. But now I get to put them to 11, and then I have 6 in hand, so they're dead to Fire Blast. I have 16 life, but I have to kill the War Chief, so put them at 11, and then. But I can kill the War Chief with a Curse Scroll next turn, and that's kind of all I need, right? So if they don't have a land, then I'm in great shape. If they go Monk Fanatic, War Chief, then yes, they go Monk Fanatic, of course, and then if they just play War Chief, then it's not like the end of the world. So let's rate that Ringleader play. So Ringleader, I could have just Grim Lavamancer face, right, and put them at 2 less, but I just didn't know I was going to draw Ball Lightning, so obviously it's like nuts. No need to kill the Matron here. It's just a 1/1, and I can kill everything around it. Like I can just kill the Pile Driver and War Chief are the only ones I have to kill. So we really just want to draw a Mountain, huh? So I'm going to Curse Scroll the War Chief, name Incinerate. Ooh, that's too conservative. Well, I guess it just forces me to not do anything. Oh, Pile Driver's fine. Yeah, but the thing is, this isn't a lethal attack, right? So now I get to choose to, like, if I draw a Mountain, I just kill them with Incinerate. Because they're just not presenting lethal. But if they play War Chief, the War Chief just dies, and then they think they're going into the next turn basically from the same spot. Yeah, I don't envy the Goblin side. This just seems like it's not really, like, the decisions don't feel particularly, easy. So how much damage can I do? I've got 1, 2, plus 8. So I'm one off lethal, unfortunately. So I could put myself in a draw anything spot, but I have to obviously kill Goblin War Chief this turn, so I might as well kill War Chief and Pile Driver. Or I can play, so like what do I do instead? Do 4, put them to 9 on tap, and then it has to be Fire Blast, so that doesn't work. I have to continue killing creatures. Just gonna use Curse Scroll here. So this hasn't been working recently, so I'm just gonna be safe and actually name the card. It does give away that my hand is 2 Incinerates, but I don't know if that matters. So this is really an excellent like demonstration of like the burn position. Is just that the once again the Goblin's ability to deal damage is developing very slowly, right? So at some point they're going to be able to deal more damage a turn than I can deal with, but my Seal of Fire is making it so that they can never get War Chief damage, so they have to play 3 mana 1/1s to get going. Like this should just get a Goblin Lackey, or they're going to play Goblin Lackey obviously, but yeah, Monk Fanatics good too. But like I can spend the least amount of damage possible to deal the most, to gain the most amount of life, and they sort of don't have that same agency, so that's kind of like where advantage is coming from for me. Bloodstained Mire is fine. It's going to mean that I win, I think, right? Because then I go Curse Scroll, Incinerate, Curse Scroll, Incinerate. So that's 5 + 5. Yeah. So as long as I'm not, dead to the War Chief attack. Yeah, War Chief is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh. 9, 10, 11. Is it short? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm at 13. So I'm just going to win the game at 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pyrokinesis my own goblins. Kill your own matrons. Okay, anyways, we did the math correctly, and we have one with 1 life, and we were on the draw. Exciting, but probably, oh, Mountain actually would have made things interesting. Jackal actually would have just lost the game. Huh, okay. I think 4 burn, I guess 4 burn cells, I would have just like annihilated their entire board, and then probably be fine. Fire Blast obviously would have won. Curse Scroll is kind of broken. All right, so I think we could try some price of progress technology, but for this game, let's just stick with our standard sideboarding plan here. Wow, what a bad hand. Incinerate the Lackey, then I have Lightning Bolt, then I have Incinerate. I'm just going to do 1 damage to myself every single time. If this was a Mountain, I'd keep this. Okay, well. This hand has Earthquake, at least. Kind of an interesting one. I think what I'm going to do is hope that I draw straight burn spells off the top. 2 Jackalpups is a huge liability to Pyrokinesis. Huh, it's kind of a weird one. I almost want my last hand back. Like, these 3s aren't really good, but 2 Jackalpups is also not good. Maybe 2 Jackalpups is fine. I have a thesis that you're supposed to just, okay, thank God. You're supposed to just play them 1 at a time because they cost 1 mana, which is like really good. But this hand also had no curve, right? So if it was Jackalpup, and then one of the 3s an Earthquake, I'm not going to mulligan the Earthquake because it's the only way to make up for the fact that I mulliganed. So it's I go turn 1 Jackalpup, attack. If they don't put any creature in play, they don't block the Jackalpup, then I just go turn 2 pass, because I'm not going to put 2 Jackal Pups in play against Pyrokinesis. Fire Blast, interesting. I wonder. The Sulfuric Vortex is super bad in the Barbarian Ring hands, huh? It doesn't matter, though, because I have Fire Blast, so I can deal a lot of damage to myself. They love this Mog Fanatic. They can taste it. They're just sandbagging that Pyrokinesis. They're just like, it's gonna be fine. I think it's like pretty good, right? So Sulfuric Vortex actually becomes really bad just because they can Pyrokinesis my Jackal Pup for like tons of damage, and then that's just lights out. We have no Goblin War Chief, which is excellent, but they're too afraid to play it into my open mana, I'm sure. All right, let's just draw a normal burn spell, please. Interesting. I'm not taking the bait, my friend. Oh my god, 3 Barbarian Rings. Okay, I have 4 on the deck, right? So I drew 3. That's kind of rude. So here's an interesting spot, right? You don't have to deal maximum damage. You just have to deal more damage than your opponent is dealing to you. This isn't absurd, though. I'm just completely crushed by this, and my hand just can't really cope here. I have to kind of have an incredible sequence of Earthquake into Ball Lightning in the clear, but I'm also just not really giving up the chance to run this Sulfuric Vortex into the goods. So now if it's so I don't have a Seal Fire. I don't have Seal Fire protection against the War Chief Pile Driver turn, which could essentially end the game. But I also do not have a choice. If I don't do that, then I do literal nothing. Which the hand's too awkward, right? I drew 0 Shock Seal Fire, even an Incinerate, like my Kingdom. I can't always yield to that. All right. Wooded Foothills. How gross is that? I guess we can trade Ball Lightning for Mog Fanatic here. It's going to cost me so much life to do it. This Fire Blast and Barbarian Ring situation, though, is going to be like pretty decent. As long as I don't face a War Chief. Because if I just have 3 mountains and Fire Blast, then I'm going to be in my happy place. Ooh, this Goblin. This is why Earthquake is good, so. The Siege Gang Commander situation is just a little too tasty for my Earthquake. I actually want to draw a mountain. Another Vortex. Okay, dealing with a lot of damage to myself. So it's going to deal 3 damage to me down to 5, and then I have to kill my opponent. So if they have Goblin War Chief, I'll actually go down to 6. So if they have Goblin War Chief, then I'm pretty cooked. Because I have to Fire Blast the Goblin War Chief. We'll have to Barbarian Ring the Goblin War Chief. Or no, I shouldn't do that. But I have to Barbarian Ring a Ringleader. Well, no, I could top deck Mountain, right? So I should Fire Blast Barbarian Ring. 4 Ringleader. No, you got to use your mana, right? Yeah, make sure you have the 1-up so that if you have Mog Fanatic, you win the game. Oh, another Siege Gang? That I can beat. I will go down to 2, and then you will go down to... Oh, I have to kill them on this turn. I have to deal all 10 because on the upkeep. Interesting stuff. Okay, so what do we do? Mog Fanatic. So I go boom, boom. Ooh. Fire Blast faced. Barbarian Ring. Siege Gang Commander die. Ball Lightning, and then see if they correctly chump block with the Goblin tokens. That second Siege Gang really did it. Well, the triple Barbarian Ring really did it. So they have to block with all 3 goblins, right? No, they can block with 1 goblin. I mean, they don't know how many goblins they have to block with, but there's the Pyrokinesis. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's go to game 3. Let's not draw all the Barbarian Rings, Jackal Pups, and Sulfuric Vortex. I think that combo got me. I drew one non-basic land that game. So if I had Price Progress instead of Ball Lightning, it would have been different. But Price Progress can never get Pyrokinesis. I'm going to chalk that up to my hand being pretty awkward, right? It's like if I don't have to tap Barbarian Ring like 5 times, I can continue focusing on the board. If I draw like any removal spells, I can play a different kind of game. So I think I think we'll be okay. Play Mog Fanatic because it's really good into their Mog Fanatic. No, I think we play a play Jackal Pup and do the maximum damage. I already am not sure what's correct. It's interesting because I think this kind of question happened in my last video. So basically, if I play a Jackal Pup, then I can never play the Mog Fanatic because it gets exposed to Pyrokinesis. If I play the Mog Fanatic, then they might not want to expose their Mog Fanatic to just trade it straight up from the Mog Fanatic and let me the Jackal Pup. So I think the equilibrium is for me to play Jackal Pup, right? Because if they play Mog Fanatic, I can just attack like whatever. But if I play Mog Fanatic, they just won't play Mog Fanatic, and then I play Jackal Pup, then I get Pyrokinesis. So it's not good. And then my heuristic, my rule for this is to never let more than one creature get Pyrokinesis. So obviously, if they trade it for Ball Lightning, that's really great for them. But if they trade it for anything else, it's just trading 2 cards for a 1-drop. And I didn't lose out on tempo. Get the Forest. That is telling. And so we had a little discussion about how good is Naturalize. So Naturalize is obviously good if you are successfully able to remove the Sulfuric Vortex, which is just about to come down on turn 3. On the other hand, you are super in trouble if you have the Naturalize and they don't have the Sulfuric Vortex, but because then you have this like card in your hand that is just not good, and then they have Sulfuric Vortex, or they have every card that's not Sulfuric Vortex, which you should be worried about. All right, so even if I had Ball Lightning here, I wouldn't play it. Oh man, I drew the Lightning Bolt though, so this has officially become a game where removing creatures almost doesn't matter, because I have 10 damage from hand, 2 in the battlefield. I have 11 damage from the hand, 2 in the battlefield, so I only need to draw 2 more damage. There's the Mog. Let's see, I think I throw 1 bolt at face. Don't need to. So I have 10, 11, 12, 13. So I need to just top deck any 2 damage. I think that's fine. So the thing is, maybe they think that they can take... So I could trick them into letting Jackal Pup get through, but I think it's better for me to just force them to play incorrectly, so that I can put the Mog Fanatic onto the battlefield against the Pyrokinesis here. They're stuck on 2 lands too. Another obvious thing with the Goblins deck is that it's just too inconsistent, so that's one of like the huge issues. All right, so do I play 2 Mog Fanatics? Yes, because if they have a fetch land, they'll die. Should I play around Wasteland? Maybe. Okay. Play around Wasteland is actually an interesting choice. But also, if they only put in 1 blocker, they lose the game. Well, no, if they only put in 1 blocker, they lose the game. So I should probably just do this. Obviously, if their hand is not like whatever's, then their hand probably has Pyrokinesis. There's the land. So they go Goblin Warchief Pyrokinesis. They can like get something cooking. That will not work, my friend. That is not enough. Kind of funny interaction there. Wasteland's pretty good against my burn deck, for what it's worth. Wonder if they pyro the 1 Mog Fanatic because they can see the math. Yeah. That is why Pyrokinesis is a necessary evil, right? Because like they had to do it. They had to do it to not lose, right? And so now their odds of winning this game went from 0% to 0.5%. But you know, like, they fetch. If they're gonna fetch, then it's the same. It's the same outcome. Boop 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 boop. Yep. So they're dead because fetch land. Excellent stuff. Yeah, tough one there. Didn't even win the game we drew Earthquake. Come on. What happened that game? I drew Jackal Pup. It did a lot of damage. I drew 3 bolts. 3 bolts is pretty good. I didn't draw Sulfuric Vortex, and they probably had Naturalize. Should be my play this time, but well, it is my play this time. Nice, because it was their play last time. All right, this hand's excellent. Once again, the objective: have Grim Lavamancer, not have Summoning Sickness. Your opponent is very cooked. Now, you have an interesting question in front of you. If you play Grim Lavamancer and they play Monarch Fanatic, what should you do? Cry. Do you play Seal of Fire to protect your Grim Lavamancer from the Monarch Fanatic opening? I actually think that's okay, because I will be able to also protect from Gem Palm Incinerator. Now, granted, if they don't have, if they have like Fanatic and Lackey in their hand, then facing this, they might just not play it. But if they had the Fanatic, they would play it there. So now I know there's no Fanatic, and then I can play Grim, which would have been Unsummoning Sick this turn, but instead is I'm Summoning Sick next turn. So here's the problem. I did draw the 4th land. So I am looking at just 8, 10, 11 damage. So I do need to draw 9 damage off the top in about 3 turns. They didn't have a turn 1, so they can't kill me. So I actually am reliant here on things going well for me. Yeah, and there's the Monarch Fanatic with the very excellent trait. Do it now. If I get any damage off this Grim Lavamancer, yep, that's lost value. So the turn 2 Monarch Fanatic. So if Elgers here, oh, that was the problem, I guess. Okay, so if Elgers had the Monarch Fanatic on turn 1 and didn't cast it because he was worried that I would Seal of Fire the Monarch Fanatic and get excellent value, then extremely next level heads up play. So heads up that it means that I shouldn't have cast Seal of Fire, and I should have actually just bolted the Monarch Fanatic or held the bolt and Seal of Fire the next turn. But I connected for 6 with Ball Lightning, and they have a fetch land, so this game's sort of over. Once again, giving up that they have Naturalize. Let's trade a Seal of Fire for Goblin Warchief here. Although 8 is pretty tempting, but it's not quite enough. I have to get 1 more Ball Lightning in. But yeah, just imagine I had a Grim Lavamancer alive. Okay, that does not scare me. I have so much control over how much damage that deals me, and I'm at 19, so. Ooh, and no 4th land drop again. The mana consistency is a huge deal here. This time, realizing that they have to pile drive a little harder. They're just going to play the Monarch Fanatic, even though obviously I can punish, but what are they going to do? Just like wait for targets again? I don't think so. So should I be saving lands in hand? No, right? So I have 10 in play. So I'm going to take a pile driver hit unless it is like monstrous. Like if it's a ringleader here, then I don't take the pile driver hit. But if it's not, then I'll take it. Because I just need to draw any bolt off the top. Yeah, no ringleader is obviously great news for me. No nothing is great news for me. Damage. Bloodstained Mire. That's not good. But I can take 5 again. Cycle for value. What kind of hand has no... I guess it's a double naturalized hand. It's kind of interesting. Double naturalized, double Siege Gang Commander is in hand. I mean, if it's Siege Gang Commander, then I'm just taking... Then I'm just taking the damage again, because I just can't race the Siege Gang. I have to draw a burn off the top. So what? They go from 7... They go from 3 effective to 5 effective. It's a really big deal. Just for me to save 3 damage. I mean, it's just definitely Siege Gang every single time. They shouldn't even have showed me the land before combat, right? Because that now I get to like know that I have no outs. So if I kill the Siege Gang, they have a Monarch Fanatic and 4 Goblins, and I only have 3 damage in hand. So yeah, it's facing time, unfortunately. And unfortunately, a cursed scroll is not going to be an out for me. Well, it's thin, huh? Boo. I need those main deck earthquakes. And it's just second Siege Gang Commander, right? All right, now we are only out as Fire Blast. Ball Lightning would do it too unless they play Siege Gang. Oh wait, this doesn't work, right? So Ball Lightning would still do it. Should I kill a Goblin? Take 2 damage? No, because they just have a second Siege Gang. That's all. Their hand is all Siege Gangs and naturalizes, and probably Goblin Ringleader, right? So we'll put them at 9, and then they go to a 5, and then Ball Lightning's the only out. I just have no outs actually. Okay, well then I have to hope they don't have Siege Gang. I think I had 2 turns to draw a 3 damage burn spell that included Ball Lightning. And then Sulfuric Vortex on the first turn would have also won the game. So my outs were like, Curse Scroll would have done it too. So my outs were like almost every card in the deck. Or like running like Barbarian Ring plus Mog Fanatic would have won. So I think not killing the guy on the first turn was fine. Another pile driver means that once again I have to kill my opponent. See if they put 1 toughness in front of this Ball Lightning. For fear that my last card is Fire Blast, right? They also use their mana inefficiently, right? They should just have our Painless Red, Painless Green up. All right, so they should just put the Skirk Prospector in front here. And then they can attack for 2, 6, 7. Oh, that's actually perfect. It gives me outs. So once again, I can burn to win as long as the draw isn't Ringleader or Chief. Oh, we have a real game, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 1 short. Oh my god. Well, if it's Matron for Mog Fanatic, then GG. But I'm not bolting this pile driver. Nice. Ooh. Where were you? A triple Ball Lightning hand. They would have also connected. Man, I connected with this first one and lost the game. That's actually huge. This Grim Lavamancer chicken was huge as well. Very, very interesting game. Excellent job from Helgers to navigate that spot too as well. Both players basically playing throughout. I'm like maybe like a little unlucky that I drew 1 land instead of 1 Barbarian Ring, because like the Barbarian Ring plus the Mog Fanatic would have been the 3 damage. So yeah, that 1 mountain was the worst draw on the deck, or the Bloodstained Mire or whatever. Oh, the Bloodstained Mire was absolutely the worst draw on the deck because I didn't need a crack. I shouldn't have lost that 1 life. Oh, I have nobody to blame but myself. I actually didn't need all my mana that game, right? And I just could have just left the fetch land up and just survived. Wow. Wow. I did that in my last video too. I'm such a noob. I'm so bad at this game. Just like straight up lost a life for no reason and then it bit me. I thought I was just super dead, and then actually it turns out I had enough life total to just like kill the board and then just keep cooking. So interesting. So here's a spot. What would you do? What would you do? Would you cast Seal of Fire, Curse Scroll? Would you hold up Incinerate, but then if they don't play anything, do nothing with it? Would you not play the Curse Scroll because it telegraphs, like it opens up their turn 2 from being able to efficiently use a Naturalize, and it just gives them more information about your hand, and the Curse Scroll is going to take a while to turn on. Scroll's going to take forever to turn on. You have to empty out these Incinerates. You have to draw lands. This Fire Blast is going to be here forever. On the other hand, 10 damage in hand. So that's good. Let's Let's see if I run into another incinerator. So note to self, do not lose life randomly. That's not a draw I'm ever going to complain about. I think it just means that I have enough damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm 1 damage off lethal. 1 damage off eventual lethal. Just need to get a curse scroll activation in there. Ooh, port is very good. They have no battlefield though, so it's not very good. If they port me, I'm just going to incinerate them. Seal Fire again doing work. Just means that they can port me, but who cares? Man, Incinerate, what a bad card. So if I draw Ball Lightning, and I can sort of consider if Price of Progress would be better. Certainly could be. Incinerate again. Just got to get these out of my hand. Hope I draw a mountain, and then I'll win with a mountain because I'll get that curse scroll activation on my upkeep. Come on. Mountain. Yes. All right. Trivial win here. My opponent had no creatures. My opponent had 0 goblins. So one of the discussions that we had surrounding, to be clear, if this didn't decide the match, right? The match is just decided by I had an unbeatable draw, but we had discussed if Goblins should take out Goblin Lackey because Goblin Lackey is just never going to connect, right? And the answer to that question is, I don't know. I think that you want to absolutely have Goblin Lackey in your range because the worst case scenario is it gains somewhere between, I guess it gains exactly 1 life, but the best case scenario is it gains 3 life and draws fire away from like your other goblins. And also is not bad in the late game. Let's make sure I did the math right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Yeah, should be enough. This Goblin Tinker is kind of funny. It's lining up at the absolute wrong time against my Curse Scroll. Choose Fire Blast. I don't know. I'm going to just wait to Solitaire Room to see if clicking the card works. All right. Neutralize my Seal Fire. Can you deal 15? Or Chief, Pile Driver, right? Or Wasteland this. Or Chief, double Pile Driver doesn't even work. Have to be like Skirk Prospector. War Chief, Pile Driver. I no longer have a Curse Scroll, but it already dealt 2 damage, so we're good with that. Tormod's Crypt. If I was in a chat with Helg, I'd be like, "You're dead. Let's just do the next game so that we can get more testing time and use our testing time most efficiently." Also, he has Zurin Orb. I forgot to mention that one of the things that he wanted to try was to see if Zurin Orb would be the difference maker. So if he drops a Zurin Orb on me, I forgot that I'm like trying to play around that card, right? All right, game 3, we'll be on the draw. So maybe being on the draw means we want Price of Progress. They drew 2 non-basic lands. They have to play their non-basic lands. I connected with Ball Lightning in one of the game 2s or 3s, right? I must have. I don't remember anymore. I care. I'm like, I care more about winning than testing. I'm just like, I don't want to do this because I think it's worse. But the whole point is that if it is worse, I'll know. So I'm like, remember that the goal of testing is not to win at testing games. It is to draw conclusions from whether or not cards are good. If I wanted to, I can even take the Earthquakes out and have them be Price of Progress and just be like, well, do I need Earthquake to beat Goblins? Am I not? This is an excellent hand. It doesn't look like an excellent hand, but this is an excellent hand. Like if I draw a mountain, then just so efficient. Maybe it's not an excellent hand. Well, it's actually kind of like if they have Pyrokinesis, horrible hand. But if they don't have Pyrokinesis, it's an excellent hand. Should I avoid dealing damage to myself? I'm going to try to not repeat the mistakes of past me, right? There's the Mog. So should I have started on Mog? Maybe. Yeah. The greed. I'm very happy to just deal 2 damage a turn. I can't get behind it. I can't get behind it. I think it's just too greedy. It's like you need every single life point. You're like clinging on. It's like the most important thing that you have going for you. But if they blocked, I would have just played another Jackal-Pup. So there's that as well. Here's an interesting one. They have the naturalized mana. They haven't cast the 3-drop Goblin. Do I run the Sulfuric Vortex into the naturalize? I think that the way this game is going, I just do, because I'm like kind of in a trying to spend my mana situation. Because I don't have any instants, right? So I should play Sulfuric Vortex anyways. Yeah. You can kind of hear the gears turning in their head. They're just like, so this Jackal-Pup has done 4 damage, but if I Mog the Jackal-Pup, then I'm going to die to the ball lane. But I have 2 Mog Fanatics now. It's an interesting spot. Again, I actually have only drawn 1 direct damage burn spell, right? But they haven't drawn any burnable goblins. It's like I have no interest in burning any of these guys. Oh, they didn't have the naturalize. Okay, it's just game over now. Ooh, non-basic land. Let's go. Let's go, team. Non-basic land. All right, what's going to happen now? Ringleader? Okay, nothing. 4/4 or 4 mana 2/2 haste. So I don't know if Helg has watched my previous video on this topic, but he is making some plays that effectively show some respect for that. All right, do I just win? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I win in 2 turns. Doesn't really matter, right? It's just too easy of a trade. My life total is too high. I should just secure the perimeter. I guess I'm super crushed by a pyrokinesis right now because it would deal 4 damage to me, huh? But I don't know. My Jackal-Pup has done 6 damage. Yeah, there's that. I'll take 1. Play Barbarian Ring, so I can turn on Threshold. So do I just play out 2 Mog Fanatics, get them Pyrokinesis, but instead they do 2 damage, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, and then 12. So I just need them to deal 1 more damage to themselves, huh? This Jackal-Pup's actually a blank now, and it's actually a huge liability, because what I would have to do is play the Mog Fanatic. What if I Mog their Mog and then play Mog Jackal-Pup? Gaining life is as good as losing life or dealing damage, because the Sulfuric Vortex has kind of evened everything out. My plan was, like, if they Pyrokinesis my Jackal-Pup, I Mog my own Jackal-Pup, but I think that's not good. But the fact that they Mog down my Jackal-Pup this turn means that they are less likely to have Pyrokinesis, but they also kind of have nothing. Like, they have nothing right now. I don't have to do anything, though. Like, I don't have to expose myself to potential losses. Like, I could win the game without ever casting the Jackal-Pup here, so I think I should do that. Maybe I should have played Mogs next to my Jackal-Pup and just, like, let them, I don't know, like, let them Pyro me and then just Mog their Mog, and then they Mog my, whatever Mogs just start flying around. Yeah, it's just not enough, right? It's just like, Jump Home's Incendiary is good when it's good, but it is 2 mana to just do nothing when it's bad. Like, 2 mana draw a card when all your cards are just so expensive feels like a death sentence, I imagine. But they're drawing towards Naturalize. It's a pretty important card for them to have in this spot. So, right, 8 effective. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 7 damage. I played another non-basic land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Can I lose? Oh, I lose to whoops. I lose to Naturalize, right? Well, I don't lose to Naturalize. I just play on against Naturalize. I guess I should just wait to Earthquake. Well, no, it doesn't matter. I'll kill them next turn because I have the Barbarian Ring. They had Warchief Piledriver me, though. Man, I actually made it possible for me to lose this. So Naturalize, Warchief Piledriver. Nope, they're dead. Okay, No Zern Orb for you. Another 2-1. 2-1s are close. Although I think I'll need to watch back that first one and see if that 1 damage I took mattered. So the data point around Zern Orb is kind of interesting. It's like what like is 2 enough? It's like boarding 2 in, it never draws it. Also I have Sulfuric Vortex, so Sulfuric Vortex stops Zern Orb. Like I'm gonna cast Sulfuric Vortex, they'll sacrifice all their lands in response, then I just like kill the creatures and they have no lands. I don't know. It's a good spot for them though. If they have Lackey, I don't have an answer. They don't have Lackey. I have the best start, of course, now. Ooh, this is spicy. This is a spicy meatball. No fetch lands, huh? No fetch lands, no baubles. Uh-oh. This would have been a bauble. Feel my Grim Lavamancer, says the crowd. Goblin Tinkerer, nice. Taking one for the team. Let's draw a shock, please. Barbarian Ring. Very rude. I don't really want to trade with this Tinkerer. They're just going to play another creature and another creature. The thing is, if I draw, like, shock. I mean, I have Sulfuric Vortex in my hand, so next turn. Being on the draw is iffy here. They had the mulligan, though, so I probably just win because they mulliganed. We'll see. I think if they had the Pyrokinesis main deck, which is totally defensible, by the way, like Pyrokinesis over Naturalized main deck. There's more decks with creatures than artifacts and enchantments, right? This could be a more interesting, I would say. Let's draw a fetch land. So I'm in the danger zone, right? Because if I play War Chief, I'm cooked. I'm like not really happy. Play Matron. Matron's okay. Do we get Ringleader? Do we get Monarch Fanatic? Monarch Fanatic's actually pretty thin, right? Because I got 2 Grim Lavamancers. Maybe we get Incinerator. It's kind of thin because I got 2 Grim Lavamancers. Yeah, Monarch Fanatic makes sense here. All right, we're going to play ranged DPS. Friend. Sealfire. At least it puts itself in the graveyard. This game's at least interesting. Tricky mold to 6, though, but we talked about it in the last one. Goblins has to mulligan more, has just less sort of playable hands, is a little bit more clunk. And just like imagine a hand where like the only red source is Carplusan Forest too, like a double Carp Forest hand. That's horrible for goblins. Even the fetch lands, not great. Not great. You don't want to just play fetch lands. And for 1, you got 1. Good time to go Mog Fanatic into Gem Palm Incinerator, though. If they have Mog Fanatic into Gem Palm Incinerator, it is a game. But instead, it is not a game. Well, Naturalize makes it a game, too. So here's a question. Do I try to, like, use both Grim Lavamancers this turn? Do I need that much tempo? Truly not, right? Seems pretty irrelevant. But I will at least open the door to that happening. There's the Naturalize. So that goes to my graveyard, which is excellent. So now their Mog Fanatic timing is a liability. Maybe. I guess I would need to play the Fire Blast if I want to use the next Grim Lavamancer on my turn, which no longer is a thing. Oh, I mean, Ringleader's fine. Ooh, Gem Palm. It means I want to clear the board. I don't have enough damage, right? 2, 4, like 2 every turn, 2 every few turns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Plus whatever I draw. I'll block with Jackal-Pup just so it goes to my graveyard. I think it's better to have a Jackal-Pup, right? Oops. Oh, okay. I have these 2 Barbarian Rings. Probably doesn't matter. Maybe I should have blocked with Jackal-Pup. Block with Jackal-Pup. Grim this thing. Well, now I can Grim the Matron and then get in with Jackal-Pup. So it all kind of worked out for me. Or Shock the Matron, of course. They're out of gas, though. Oh, even better. Excited to draw a fetch land, huh? What kind of magic is this? So now they have a gem palm, but no way to turn it on, and they have to connect on. I mean, their unlucky ringleader makes a big difference, but yeah. And then once they finally deal with the Lavamancer, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in my graveyard, and I'll have Threshold again, and I can just get 8 damage out of nowhere. It's pretty excellent. There's a Goblin Lackey. I'd hard cast the Incinerator. Ooh, second Goblin Lackey. Very rude. Now they can incinerate me. I wonder if I literally Fire Blast the Lackey to take out the Incinerator value. I'm seriously considering it. Well, what I'm going to do is Fire Blast face and then Shock 1, Grim 1 if my opponent allows it. Does it now. Yeah, Grim Lavamancer is dead. No, it's not. Who am I kidding? I do not care. I do not care. That's how much I love you, bro. That is how much I love you. Also, just get in. Get in. Get in, brother. This is why I kept you alive. I just Fire Blasted Goblin Lackey. Come on, come on. Time to flood out. Time to flood out. Siege Gang? Sure. Just some 1/1s. Just some 1/1s. It's fine. Sulfuric Vortex. I just needed to not have no lands. Well, I guess Jackal Pup is on defense now. I think we'll be able to cobble together enough damage. What if I didn't Fire Blast Lackey? I wouldn't have the Grim Lavamancer. I'm just like fire. I Seal of Fire I had the Fire Blast in hand when I drew. I think I shouldn't have Fire Blasted the Goblin Lackey. I've concluded that Fire Blasting the Lackey was not a play, just to save my Grim Lavamancer. We'll see if it matters. This 2 cards in hand definitely feels like a naturalize. The second naturalize, huh? What if we just play a Jackal Pup? I mean, they could have just been flooded. I don't know. I don't know, chat. What do you think? Is it something? Is it nothing? Skirk? Okay. I'm officially uninterested in trying to kill all these goblins, I think. It's like, kill one, kill another with the next activation, and then kill this one and then get in for 4. Okay, well, maybe, I don't know. I mean, how much damage? No, I have 2 Jackal Pups in play. I almost can't do anything besides this, right? Just give me a shock. Fine. This is bad if they have another Siege Gang commander, right? But like, I'm trying to be the Goblins deck in this case. Like, if their hand is just naturalized, then my battlefield is double Jackal Pup, Grim Lavamancer. So I sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage at Goblins, but then I only paid 2. I only lost 2 damage to deal, lost 2 damage net, right? So I did 6 damage to Goblins, but I got 4 damage in the face because of it. So, War Chief. Blocking duty. Blocking duty. Yeah. This is how you do it. Okay. That was a cool game. That was a cool game. Lots of nifty little things going on there. So we're just going to do this. Excellent hand. Another mulligan to 6. Mulligan to 5. Gobos. Gobos need better draw. Can't win game without land. All right. So, dude, I learned my lesson. So interesting. It's so interesting. I feel like there's no right answer. So, last time, well, I was on the play that time, right? So that was different. It's like, do they start on Mog Fanatic and then they just know? I mean, why don't I just relax, right? It doesn't hurt to play Seal of Fire. And then we'll just see. We'll just see. Are they just going to hold on to their Mog Fanatics? Like, they have to play the Mog Fanatic before turn 3, because on turn 3, Ball Lightning becomes a thing. And once they do that, I Mog Fanatic, they're Mog Fanatic. Then I play Jackal Pup. And I triumphantly head to the sunset. But I should just do Pup, right? Because they've been playing Mog Fanatic and then just not blocking. All right. There's the Pup. You can have them. There's a Curse Scroll. You can naturalize that. Super awkward, obviously, to give them the free naturalize turn, but given they're only into 5, it's like if naturalize is in their keep range, then you can have it, you know? It's just like, I'm pretty happy to go pay 1, discard a card, like force my opponent to discard a card. I mean, it's even better if I don't draw the Curse Scroll and they have naturalize, but yeah. And then Zuran Orb. They also have to prioritize Sulfuric Vortex over Curse Scroll if they're playing Zuran Orb. Here we go. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. War Chief is gonna get seal fired. Mog Fanatic is going to enter the battlefield. Ooh, going for the Pile Driver. Interesting stuff. I think I might yeet my Curse Scroll into oh man, drawing too many creatures, huh? Jackal Pup. I think their last 2 cards are Pyrokinesis. If they 3-for-1 me with Pyrokinesis, or 3-for-2'd me with 3-for-3'd me, right? Because they'd spend 2, and then ooh, I like the Pile Driver block, honestly. It shows the discipline. But now we can go ahead and do this, which rules. This game's over. I mean, they're almost 5, so 1 life is a small price to pay to put Grim Lavamancer on the battlefield. Matron's good. Matron will set them up for the Mog Fanatic, so limits me to just 2 damage from Grim. Actually, just trade straight up with Grim, you know? It's kind of good. There's the Mog. So I'm probably just going to Curse Scroll in the dark here, right? Oh, Barbarian Ring. Do I have to kill the 1/1? That is a tricky question. I normally ignore this guy, but I'm actually at 16, and my deck contains a lot of like stuff that deals damage to both of us. Well, no, I guess ignore, right? Because my deck contains Earthquake, I ignore the Goblin Matron. And they're at 19. This Goblin Matron is just going to deal like 5 damage. Barbarian Ring. Got him. Nice little 50-50 there. Some Mog Fanatic. Yep. No surprises here. Okay. Look at this. Their 5-card hand is at parity now with me. Well, I have a Curse Scroll in play, but it's kind of a thing. Guess I'm going to play the Ring. Another Matron. That's actually pretty good. Matron for Ringleader this time. Right. Should I start focusing my efforts on the face? I think so now. Miss. Can we draw a card we can cast? Price of Progress, question mark. It is going to be Price of Progress, isn't it? What? This isn't even good. WTF. Please play non-basic. Freaking Price of Progress is going to deal 2 damage to me. It's dealing 2 damage to me. Can you imagine if it was Ball Lightning? Another Matron. They're just stacking up the resources. I would get Goblin War Chief. I don't know. I would get more Mog Fanatic. I would get Ringleader probably. I think now is like a good Ringleader time, right? Because I've clearly shown that I'm disinterested in whatever's on the battlefield. So it's like 2 damage to me. Bullshit. That is just so rude. I can cast everything I draw. Okay, this is just going to be one of those games where Curse Scroll deals 6 damage and it's over. Dude, Ball Lightning. Ball lightning would have been so much better. Just like so much better. I guess they had. Never mind. Sorry, I take back. They actually do have pyrokinesis in hand, right? Like, doesn't this smell like pyrokinesis in hand? It doesn't really, because they're getting a bunch of Mog Fanatics, and they shouldn't, right? If it was pyrokinesis in hand, but Incinerate was obviously the next turn draw here. And obviously, if I draw Earthquake, it's pretty game over. GG. I haven't done the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 13. Yeah, I have enough damage to kill him literally at instant speed. No, I'm 1 mana short of doing that. Good to see that the clicking Fire Blast works from hand now, which, you know, we love. All right. I didn't draw Earthquake. I drew Price of Progress, dealt 2 damage with it. Just, I think that Burn beats Goblins. I think that if you play Burn deck, and it almost doesn't matter which one, definitely not Bauble Burn, right? But I didn't draw Sulfuric Vortex in half these games too. So I win a lot of games that I draw Sulfuric Vortex. I win a lot of games that I draw Earthquake. But actually I win no game. I mean, I won 1 game where I drew Earthquake and lost the other one. But it does seem that I don't really need my fancy tools to win this matchup. Like, I just need Grim Lavamancer, Curse Scroll, and Ball Lightning connections, and sort of my normal stuff. And then just Seal Fire, actually. Sorry, is a big one. So play Seal Fire instead of Shock. Even if you're playing Bauble, play Seal Fire instead of Shock. You shouldn't play Bauble because you want to draw mountains and play them the turn that you draw them, but play Seal Fire instead of Shock. Even if they have this completely ugly border. All right, we're going to kill 2 goblins, play Ball Lightning, play Sulfuric Vortex, and win the game. Yeah. Can't play fetch lands, are like sort of a blessing and a curse here. Just randomly doing the thing. Opponent, Wooded Foothills. Nice, nice. Love to see a little Wooded Foothills. No Mog Fanatic either. Seal Fire. So now, once again, I'm on the draw, right? They can War Chief. I can deal with War Chief. Windmill Slam the Ball Lightning. Then they are so cooked. Do I fetch to Thin? Nope. Ooh, nice. 2 fetches. My opponent's starting at 18. So much less damage to deal. 10% less damage. Can you believe it? Can you believe what you're hearing here? Gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, Goblin King. Oh, interesting. Was I gonna block? Was I ever gonna block? Don't think so. Don't think so. Right. Keep drawing mountains. Shouldn't have cracked my fetch there. All right. They're tapped out. I've got a Goblin King. Play Sulfuric Vortex. Or play Ball Lightning. If I play Sulfuric Vortex, that means I'm killing this Goblin King. I am killing this Goblin King no matter what. If I play Sulfuric Vortex, actually... Well, no, I have to kill this Goblin King if I play Sulfuric Vortex. So it's at least an interesting one, but yeah. So you kill this Goblin King. And then I have to evaluate if I want to run Ball Lightning into Gem Palm Incinerator. I guess I should have Ball Lightning because now if they have Matron, they gotta go Matron for Matron for Mog Fanatic. Pile Driver. That's a good one. That's a good one. 2/3 Mountain Walk. I think I'm faster, but they're also showing me Naturalized Mana. I don't feel good. 3 cards in hand. They could have the Naturalized. They definitely fetched the Forest for a reason. I'm flooding. Ooh, the whatchamacallit, it's a concern, the Incinerator. I have to Fire Blast the Pile Driver if it's Incinerator here. Yeah, maybe I should play Ball Lightning on the last turn. Yeah, I should have played Ball Lightning on the last turn. Man, so bad. I'm so bad at playing Burn, y'all. I'm glad I'm taking Pile Driver off the battlefield, right? It's 6 down to 10, but look at my situation here. I've just got them 6 down to 10 down to 8. I mean, I guess they're kind of dead, but wish I had drawn lightning bolt. That would have made that turn really easy. Let's see. Siege Gang could turn this around. Mock Fanatic, too little, too late. All right, what do I draw this turn? Incinerate. Maybe they have the naturalize this turn and they can still make it a game. Ugh, Bloodstained Mire, man. Come on. I'm just going to Barbarian ring them end step. Put them down to 6. It's only a bad play if I draw exactly Curse Scroll. No naturalize. Okay, that's just it then. Okay, I don't have to activate the Barb Ring. In fact, I should hold it in case they have Siege Gang or Goblin War Chief. It's looking pretty grim for the Gobos. Ball Lightning. Don't have enough mana to Barb Ring the Mog Fanatic and Ball Lightning them. No Goblin, and then my life is simple. Ooh, second Mog Fanatic. Okay. Well. You either have it or you don't have it. Okay, you don't have it. Well, Jackal would have done nothing. Grim would have done almost nothing. Oh, and Saray would have done something. So yeah, that was a naturalize away from being a game. But as it stands, it was not a game. All right. Ball Lightning 1, price of progress 0. Would price of progress main deck have done more damage? Huh. Okay, so we're... Man, what a I mean, whatever, but I'm like a little insulted right now. All right, once again, I have to choose which one to play. So Gremlin Lavamancer, obviously, excellent. Jackal Pup, they might just ignore like they did, but they took so much damage when they ignored it. It just felt like it was good for me for them to ignore it. Price Progress could deal damage to me. They can't ignore Grim Lavamancer. But right now, our Grim is just not going to have anything to exile on turn 2. So, Puppet is. There's the Mog. Let's see what happens. Earthquake for 1. Let's go. Get him. You should block. I just honestly think that blocking is the thing to do, even though it feels bad. It's just like, yeah. I mean, I wonder what the thinking is there. I haven't in, was it 2 or 3 matches shown any willingness to let him get any pyrokinesis value, but the threat of Ball Lightning is obviously much bigger. If it's your only one Mog Fanatic, if next turn you're going to play Goblin Matron, then maybe you take the 2 damage. But on the burn side, when you don't block or you don't kill this guy, I feel great. Guy's Cradle? That's why you didn't block? Talk about green sources. Okay. Guy's Cradle. I feel like I can make that produce 0 mana a lot of the time. I mean, especially with Earthquake. Come on, go get your pay. Oh man, this is a non-basic land. Oh baby. Take 2 more. We do have to draw a 3rd land eventually, or 4th land actually would be great. But until then, we're very likely to survive. So because we have the Earthquake. If my Jackal Pup does 6 damage, it just can't be right. It just can't, like, just pyrokinesis it if it didn't deal 4 to me, if that's like the plan. But like, do something. You can't let it live. Like, I don't know. I mean, just like, I can't imagine what hand I would have that wouldn't want the Jackal Pup to get in tons of damage. I kind of understand insurance here, but okay. Here's the plot. We use the mana ramp from the Guy's Cradle to I mean, I think placing importance on the ramp is not bad. Don't get me wrong. So I'm just gonna Pup and then Earthquake for 1 or something. I don't know. I really don't have to Earthquake for 1. I can wait. Like, they have like Siege Gang mana. I can Earthquake for 2. Even if they siege gain, I earthquake for 1. It's not like the end of the world. Yeah, but if I earthquake for 1 here, they have a useless Guy's Cradle, and then I can play Grim Lavamancer next turn if I don't hit lands. So let's just do that. Also, how bad would Lava Dart be here? Just like hit a Mog. Like, don't know how interesting that is. You certainly wouldn't sacrifice a mountain. This certainly isn't a game where I'm gonna have extra mountains to sacrifice. Lava Dart 0, Earthquake 1000. Oh man, basic lands. Oh man, Goblin Warchief. That's really good. That is the only way that I lose here. I have to draw a removal spell for this card. This would be a real troll to draw the basic mountain now. Oh, that's even more of a troll. I have no choice. If their last 2 cards are Pyrokinesis red card, I can still get there, but I just need to, I have to be able to do this. There's no outs. With this hand, there's no outs, right? And even then, it's a 2 for 2. So, you know, wouldn't get too worked up about it. I also have to chump block Goblin Pile Driver if it comes down, so. I don't know about this Guy's Cradle. It kind of feels like you just don't have a lot of colorless in your spells. It's like really good for Ringleader, really good for Siege King Commander, end of list. It's bad. It's useless for Goblin Warchief. You're playing Port, so you really just don't want to have more lands that don't produce red. Like, I'd play Guy's Cradle and no Port. I think that's interesting. This is what is this? Siege Gang. Okay, I can beat this, I think. I just need to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 this turn to go down to 3 and then die. We're going to be fire blasting a Goblin token to stay alive. Man, this isn't one of those hands. I don't have any outs, right? Take 7, kill, kill, kill. Then I have no mountains. Can't draw Earthquake. Could like block. Double block Warchief, Earthquake for 1. This is my only out. Could kill off some Goblin tokens. There's no way for me to deal with these 2. And double block Warchief is better than double block Siege King, right? Probably. Okay. We have a plan. Oh yeah, that game was interesting. I think not mogging the Jackal Pup worked out with that sequence because it did force me into like not playing Grim Lavamancer ever, and then I was like too scared of Pyrokinesis that I just got crushed by normal stuff. I got crushed by Guy's Cradle. Kind of cool. Earthquake for 1. Oh, play to your outs. Wait, no, I'm just dead on board. Never mind. Well, I guess play to your outs. Wait, so shouldn't I have done the other thing then, where I fire blasted a Goblin token? Because then I would have had 2. Then I would have had 2 Grim Lavamancers, and then I could kill the remaining 2 Goblin tokens. I can't draw anything to win the game here. Should have made the other play though. Freaking Price Progress. Okay, I didn't draw my 3rd land. It's fine. It happens sometimes. I'm actually losing every time I draw Earthquake. 2 out of 3 times. Ooh, this is a mulligan. It's over. Yeah. Huh. What kind of hand is this? It's the kind of hand that can only win if Jackal Pup doesn't get Pyrokinesis, I believe. Yeah. I think that is the deal. It's very weird. Like, trying to cast this Earthquake is going to be just really, really tough. But I can't really play around Pyrokinesis. I mean, maybe playing around Pyrokinesis was just like the mistake all along, right? It's like, don't play around Pyrokinesis. Easy. Get in there, J-Pup. This time there's a block. I mean, the thing from my opponent's side is they can't possibly know that I'm just like not playing Grim Lavamancers, but I guess I'm not playing something, right? Because I was like floating mana the whole last game. It's kind of an interesting thing to ponder. Oh, 2 Mog Fanatics I can't win. I'm on a roll to 6 against 2 Mog Fanatics. Just like, actually can only win if Earthquake gets super paid. I'm at 17. They're at 20. I have a measly 11 damage in my hand, 2 damage here. I have to draw like 4 stray mountains, 3 stray mountains to even like think about killing them. I think Goblins is going to get me this time. Took a while, but finally got there. Goblin Matron, no. Actually, Goblin Matron's fine. Get the last Fanatic. Or not the last, but the second to last. Seems fine. Not going to bother with Incinerate because that's just... Oh, no. Okay, so you lose games where you draw 3 Fire Blast. That's what ends up happening. Oh, man, this is actually an excellent port. This port's going to make my Earthquake so much worse. Until they, like, tap it for a Siege Gang, and then... Matron in for 1. I wonder if they've got a super reactive hand, maybe. Kind of an interesting spot. At least they have to play the guessing game of, like, playing around Earthquake, which slows them down a ton. Tinkerer. They're not exposing the Monarch Fanatic. They don't have to. I can't threaten ball laning this turn. Can't threaten anything. I'm going to be in a predicament where like I can't just like Earthquake because I'm just going to get War Chief slammed the next turn. In for 2. Down to 14. Play something. If you play something, I'll Earthquake. If you play nothing, I won't. Not a Ringleader though. If you play Ringleader, there's the Zern Orb. Okay. And then now Price of Progress doesn't do anything. I think Zern Orb is pretty interesting here. Is it good? I don't know. I have 3 Fire Blasts in hand. Like if this was Sulfuric Vortexes, I think it would be good. Here's an interesting one. Goblin Sharpshooter. Draw the redundant Earthquake, so I can probably just use this to get 3 before the Sharpshooter makes the potential for like Skirk Prospector or Siege Gang shenanigans happen. My opponent has to rebuild their board. Ooh, on basic lane. First I have to draw Sulfuric Vortex, then I have to draw other stuff. Man, I really need Seal Fire, huh? Yo, Siege Gang Commander as the follow-up. Gross. Completely invalidates everything. I think if I waited 1 turn, they would have ran Siege Gang out and then had just like 1,000 goblins in play. A compliment to my opponent. They've just generally played like some conservative lines. They've actually put me in like kind of difficult, weird spots when they can. Like if they have the ability to put me in a weird spot that like made it hard for me to navigate, they have. So that's like really excellent right there. And then yeah, I'm just set to lose this game. I only have 1 Earthquake left in my deck. My opponent's at 15. There's a Zern Orb in play. Monarch Fanatic finally making an appearance here. Well, we played our outs once again. Yeah, I can't go for face because there's a Zern Orb in play. So I have to take this 2 from the Ringleader. Take this 1 here. Do that. Get pooped on. Oh, they Ringleadered for Ringleader, so actually I'm kind of dead. Yeah. 3 Fire Blast. I think I lose this game without Zern Orb, though. So I didn't have enough mana to, like, anything to go face. I lost every single game where I drew Earthquake. Do you even need this card? Oh my god. I would have just played Ringleader, right? Just I'd have to take 4 and then I lose. I mean, I lose either way, right? But from their perspective, my final active life could be land, earth. Oh no, land, earthquake would just be dumb. I need Pyroclasm now. And nothing saves me. Yep. Bolt you, Barbarian Ring you, die to combat damage. Alright, GG's Helgers. Got there in the end. A little 2-1 over my triple Fire Blast into triple Fire Blast. All right, that was Goblins versus Burn. Very, very interesting stuff. I want to compliment Helger's on his sort of Mog Fanatic play. My immediate reaction in the moment was like, "You're crazy! Kill this Jackal-Pup." But you could see that I was sort of caught in a place where I'm like, I'm waiting for him to kill the Jackal-Pup so that I can play Grim Lavamancer, because I can't have Grim Lavamancer and Jackal-Pup on the battlefield at the same time if he has Pyrokinesis. So my next level up is like, okay, well, if you're not going to Mog my pup, maybe I'll just play Grim Lavamancer, and then you Mog the Lavamancer, or you Pyrokinesis the two of them. But that's actually not that big of a deal, right? Because it's still a 2-for-2. Like a 2-for-2 is like fine. They have to exile a red card, like not a dead card, right? So I think I can play in a little bit less fear of Pyrokinesis. I don't Ball Lightning anymore. So I think what I'll do is I'll be willing to put 2 creatures on the battlefield instead of just having 1 at all times. Because yeah, I'm like mana screwed in that game. I'm stuck on 2 lands. I'm trying to wait for the 3rd land. I had to play the Grim Lavamancer eventually. Now, granted, I Earthquake for 1, got rid of the Mogs, and then Helgris hit me with the Goblin Warchief Siege Gang Commander situation, and like, you know, it's just too late for my Grim Lavamancer to do anything. But overall, I think if I would have had more going on for me that game if I maybe just played Grim Lavamancer out. You know, granted, maybe I had no outs because, you know, those games where I draw 3 Fire Blasts is just 3 Fire Blasts and no mountains. Like, hey, I'll draw 3 Fire Blasts if you draw 6 mountains, but I don't want to draw 3 Fire Blasts to end not even 3 mountains. So interesting stuff. Pretty satisfied with Sulfuric Vortex. Pretty dissatisfied with Price of Progress. Like, you can get in with the Ball Lightning. They're Mog Fanatic Pyrokinesis stuff. They're gonna have so many targets for those things. Like you just need ball. Like honestly, maybe even 3 ball. Like I don't even know now. Now I'm just like kind of like maybe I just resubmit. Like I don't board in Earthquake. I don't even have Earthquake in my sideboard because I'm playing Dreadnought 8, and I just like resubmit this deck and then just like I'm just like play Ball Lightning, play Jackal-Pup, play everything. Just like get in there, force him to like. Pyrokinesis can be a bad beat, but most of the time, you know, they have to like Pyrokinesis your Grim Lavamancer because that it's the last spell they have in their hand, and guess what? Opens the door for you to Ball Lightning. If you know, if Helgers is not going to play Ball Lightning because he's scared that I'm going to kill, or sorry, if Helgers is not going to play Mog Fanatic because he's scared that I'm gonna kill the Mog Fanatic and then play Grim Lavamancer, then the best punish is for me to just play Ball Lightning because the Mog Fanatic will be in his hand and not on the battlefield. So yeah, honestly, maybe you don't need Earthquake. Maybe you're just going to beat all this Goblins Elves deck by just literally resubmitting your starting 60. It's like Burn, like Laney Burn specifically is that good. Alternatively, maybe 1 Ball Lightning and 1 Earthquake, switch places, or not switch places, right? I move the Earthquake in the main, add more Dreadnought Hate to the sideboard. And then, you know, I don't know, maybe move 2 Earthquakes to the main, 3 Earthquakes to the main. But I don't know. I actually love these cards. I've come back around. I used to think Ball Lightning was like not good, and now I'm just like Ball Lightning is amazing. Like Ball Lightning just hits. It just hits, and it hits a lot of the time, and you're not really sad about it. And honestly, Wall of Blossoms is, you know, gonna crush you anyways. Like Earthquake doesn't really help you against Wall of Blossoms. Like Ball Lightning at least gets in for 2. So, and they lose the Blossoms. So, you know, it's not nothing. So I think this 60 is like, this is feeling like an amazing 60. 4 Barbering sometimes gets you, but a lot of times it gets you the dub. And yeah, other than that, I don't know. 7 sideboard slots up for grabs. What do you think? Full 8 blasts, Smog Salvage. We just bring in 15 cards for Dreadnought and be like, let's dance. Like, you know, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not freaking Seal of Firing the Dreadnought deck today. Death. So, you know, whatever. So interesting spot for the burn deck to be. Big thank you to Helgers for getting the testing in. You know, a lot of times these arguments over what's right get like really heated, and people go back and forth, and like, you know, the best thing that you can do is just like, look, man, let's just play and see what happens. Like, you know, let's decide, you know, on the battlefield, and no hard feelings. Like, we're not playing in a tournament. Like, we're just trying to make each other's decks better and, you know, refine each other's strategies. So, you know, huge shout out. Like, just love having a pleasant interaction with the stranger on the internet. So love to see it, and thanks for tuning in.